Can every quote labeled the Prophet ﷺ said be trusted? To dive in together quickly but clearly into how hadith were preserved and what these terms like sahih or da'if really mean. By the end, you'll know how to check a hadith yourself, and we'll bust a viral myth about the people of Al-Zutt that's been floating around. Bismillah. Now, why does this matter? The Quran tells us to follow the messenger. It says, whatever the messenger gives you, take it. The Sunnah is how we understand and live the Quran. That's why early Muslims took great care to preserve the Prophet's teachings. In the first generations, companions and scholars made sure hadith were passed down accurately. They checked every link in the chain of narrators. This chain is called the isnad. Over time, this became a whole science of figuring out which hadith are reliable. Let's break down these grades in a simple way. A sahih or sound hadith has a complete chain of trustworthy people who are known for their accuracy. It doesn't have any contradictions or hidden issues. A hasan or good hadith is almost as strong, but might have a little less precision. A da'if or weak hadith has some weakness in the chain or narrators, and a mawḍū or fabricated hadith is one that's made up and not accepted at all. To check a hadith, you can use sites like sunnah.com or durar.net. Find the hadith and see how it's graded. If it's in collections like Sahih al-Bukhari or Muslim, it's generally reliable. Now let's talk about the Al-Zutt story that's been going around. There's a claim that these people did something outrageous to the Prophet ﷺ, but when we look closely, the authentic hadith do not support this. The report is weak because the chain is not solid, and the wording is actually misunderstood. In reality, the authentic narrations are free from this claim, so let's compare. The weak Al-Zutt narration said something that is not found in the strong authentic text. Scholars have noted that the authentic hadith about that incident are clear and don't mention anything like what the weak narration claims. In fact, the reliable reports simply describe a normal event with no such offensive detail. By putting them side by side, it's easy to see that the viral claim doesn't stand up to scrutiny. So in summary, not every quote you see online is reliable. We have a whole tradition of verifying hadith. Let's use it to keep the sunnah authentic. May Allah show us the truth as truth and help us follow it, and show us falsehood as falsehood and help us avoid it. Jazakumullahu khairan for watching. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.